I'm Cassie DePedro and this is Hijack TV. Sometimes they're the same and sometimes they're completely different. We're exploring nerds and geeks. What tells them apart and whose side are you on?
Okay, so the general connotation of a nerd is an irritating, unattractive person who may be brilliant but chooses to focus on non-social pursuits. Hi, I'm Esmeralda and I am a nerd. I'm a nerd.
A geek is much more into pop culture and a nerd is more into math. My name's Adam Johnson and I'm a geek.
I think nerds like to read and they like to really immerse themselves in things that are stimulating to them.
Stereotypical geek would be quoting The Simpsons and watching Game of Thrones.
I love watching Game of Thrones. I love watching Doctor Who. Orphan Black is a new one on my radar as well. I also read comics, like I also love Scott Pilgrim, of course, and I'm a really big fan of Watchmen. We have played Game of Thrones drinking games before. Every time somebody dies, you finish your drink.
If you had to drink every time somebody died, you'd be in hospital the next day.
Would you say nerd culture or geek culture is more acceptable now? Like people actually think nerds are cool?
Yeah, a lot
geeks?
more.
Yeah?
A lot more.
Can you elaborate on that for me? Why do you think that is?
Well, I think it's like not nerdy for girls to watch shows like Game of Thrones anymore. This is like the norm, and we all think it's just like a really good show. Like there's no shame in like enjoying, like, you know, girls just have to be obsessed with like makeup and you just want to look pretty and look good, and like you couldn't have like the both. Like you just had to be, you know, one stereotype or the other, but now it's acceptable to like all those things.
Nerds and geeks both have their quirks, but with the expansion of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and nerdy shows like Game of Thrones, I think all of us have a little nerd and geek in us. I'm Cassie DePedro for Hijack TV. Bye nerds.